I think for everyone, honestly, just like being able to play for your school just brings a little more joy to everyone. If they make a mistake or if they're not having the best game, let them play it out and see how it goes. Because I think there's a couple coaches or like a few coaches that like if they make one mistake, it's like, all right, come out, like you're done. But I think that's what kills people's confidence. The bus rides, I think everyone loves. That's one thing you'll remember. The bus rides.
All right. Welcome, David Arroyo, to The Young Athletic. How you doing today?
Thank you. Getting yourself?
I'm good. David is the assistant coach for Ventura High School boys soccer. How's it going so far?
Off to a pretty good start. We're 8-2.
8-2 already?
Yeah.
You have 10 games already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 8-2 so far. So off to a good start.
What's been the key to the success, you think?
I think just our chemistry this year is just a lot better than our last year. So it's my second year there, apparently. This is my second year. Yeah.
And it's just better.
Yeah, I think the team just works better. I think they saw like how last year went and they don't want it to be the same. We missed playoffs. So I think this year is just a little they got a taste of what it was to not make playoffs. So this year they want to make a good run.
Yeah, I mean, pain could be a good motivator sometimes.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question I've got is, how do you choose, the starting lineup? Everyone wants to play more, and it's ultimately up to you to make the decision.
Yeah, so I mean, for us, I mean, a lot of people think just because like you're good, you're gonna start. I think everyone thinks that like I'm better than everyone else, I have to start.
Yeah.
But I think for us and like the whole coaching staff over at Ventura and probably speak for like quite a bit of coaches. It also like matters like your attitude. Are you at practice? Do you miss practice just because you think that your ego gets in the way of it? So I think a lot of it has to do with like your attitude and showing up to practice and showing that you care. Like I said, I don't think anyone's bigger than the team is what we try to get the boys to understand.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest pet peeves of when people don't come to practice.
Yeah, when you show up and you have like 12, or like when people don't tell you they're not coming and they don't show up, I'm just like...
12 would be great. I have even less show up to practice.
Yeah, there's been some days when I run the club sessions too. It's just like, where's everyone?
Yeah. No, I mean like, I feel like practices are for the coaches, and the games are for the players.
Yeah.
And you have to show up. Yeah. So what do you tell the talented players that may not have the motivation to sacrifice for the team?
It's tough, because you tell them and then, like I said, it goes back to like the ego. The ego gets in the way and it's just like their response to you kind of right away is like, well, like their mentality is kind of like you need me more than I need you. But it's just like, yeah. But at times they do understand. Thankfully, I haven't had too many situations like that. But I think having a control, as soon as the kids see that, like, you don't show up to practice, you don't play, they know, like, okay, I have to start coming.
Yeah, you gotta take it seriously.
Yeah. So I think last year, we'll take accountability as the coaches at Ventura. We kind of lacked that, and we saw it. So this year, we're a little bit more like, you don't come to practice, you won't play.
You gotta set the standard.
Yeah. So this year, we've done a little bit better on that as well.
How do you evaluate your players? Like, what's the things that stand out to you besides showing up to practice?
The little things. I mean, just like being a leader, talking. We emphasize a lot of talking. Everyone starting big on the goalkeepers to talk because they see everything, right? But talking, the little things, motivating everyone else if things aren't going our way, to be just someone to like bring that energy. So the rest of the team can feed off of it.
Yeah.
So.
Was that also an improvement from last year?
I think last year we had it. Maybe it wasn't as good as in like, they would try to do it, but like it would bring people down in a way. So like they wouldn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it comes back to the same thing that I think our seniors this year saw it. So they're like, okay, we have to improve on this.
Yeah, learning how to talk to your teammates is important.
Yeah, it's
but
big.
But if you don't get past that first step of just like blurting out your words and not really knowing what you're saying,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any better.
No.
You have to practice it.
Yeah.
Just like anything else.
Yep. Because then that just brings the whole team down if you're going to be shouting things that.
What about things that players might see are good attributes, but maybe not necessarily the coaches see it as much?
That's a tough one.
You know, like players see, they might watch highlights on YouTube and want to try all these different things that
Yeah. Okay,
may or
see,
may
now,
not
yeah.
work in a game.
I think a lot of people want to show off what they can do, like their skills. Like you said, like watching highlights and they're like, oh, like I can do that. And then they try it, but like we're big. Like I think all the coaches are big on let's pass the ball, let's move the ball. Mm-hmm. It's not just about you. Your time will come to do it, but like if like in games, it's more like let's move the ball for us. It's not like it's my time to shine. It's my time to show my skills.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
especially like, you know, there are places on the field where you can do those things, and places on the field you shouldn't.
Yeah,
you shouldn't try to meg somebody in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, right in front of your goal or something.
Yeah,
exactly. Take the risks further away.
Yeah, yep.
Well, I mean, 8-2. What's gone well this season so far?
I mean, I think we're playing pretty good. I think this year the boys understand the tactics a little more. I had a few of them on my club team over the summer and all that, so I think they were able to realize or see what we were looking for in them this season, and that carried on to this season. And the boys that were with me are showing the kids that weren't on the club team like what we're looking for. Mm-hmm. So it really helped a lot. We came in the season. Our first loss actually wasn't until like right before winter break against Oxnard High School. It was really good high school as well. That was our first loss, and then we lost in our tournament on Monday. Monday we lost in our tournament, so that made us go to two losses. So, what
was that tournament called? It was like
the Valley Classic.
Was it local?
It's in Sherman Oaks, so
Okay.
like 45 to an hour. It was on the. It was about an hour. Every day was like an hour and 5, an hour and 10. Yeah.
Who did you lose to?
Cleveland. So that team was 10-1 as well. Yeah. So it's a good tournament.
I can't believe they've already had 10 games already.
Yeah.
Our
season started earlier. You weren't able to get a lot of preseason games in. I think we got in 3 total preseason games before our first league game, because we started league December, like the second week of December, and usually we start right before winter break. Like last week, we have like 2 games and that's it. But yeah, we're 10 games in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that mean there will be fewer games later or more?
Yeah, so I'm assuming CIF will start a little sooner this season because we're like you said, we're already 10 games in. But our league it's a big league. We have, what is it? Oxnard, Ventura, Buena, Pacifica, San Marcos, Santa Barbara, Dos Pueblos, and I think that's it. So it's roughly like 7 teams.
Who's the best team?
Right now, Oxnard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
'Cause they beat you?
Yeah.
So you second?
Yeah, we're second. Oh, and Rio Mesa. So 8 teams total. Yeah.
Is Channel Islands in?
No, they're in the other league. Yeah.
Who's in their league?
That one is Channel Islands, Wainimi, Santa Paula, Fillmore, Carpinteria, and that's it. Yeah. So our leagues.
You'd figure they'd be with some Oxnard teams too.
Yeah, I think they were saying a couple years ago it was like that. But yeah, they changed it around, and from what I've been hearing is that they're gonna add Del Sol to our league.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to find a way how to split it, because if we add another team to our league, it's just like it's almost 20 games within just our league.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it is.
It's a real league.
Yeah.
What about what's been some like highlights, some funny situations or stories from the last 2 years from your team?
Last 2 years I can't really think of any. I mean, last season we did really good in this tournament that we just went to too.
Did you win it?
we made it to the final.
Okay.
And we lost to Silmar. Yeah. But we were killing teams in like the regular, like in the group stage. We had a guy named Cristiano Alvarez who's at Santa Barbara City College now, but he was scoring like a hat trick every game. Yeah, really good player. And he was single-handedly just manhandling everyone. And
was he the forward?
He was the forward for that tournament. Yeah. But here at Ventura, other than that, I mean, like I said, last year wasn't too good, so I can't really, nothing too crazy. But like my first, so I started coaching right out of high school. So I was at Foothill for my first 3 seasons or 3 seasons, and over there we won league for the first time at Foothill in like the school's history for soccer, and then my last year there we made a run all the way to semis, and then that was when we left when we came to Ventura.
Wow, why'd you leave?
The head coach that's at Ventura now too was the head coach at Foothill, and he got offered the position, and then it was a funny story. So we were at the banquet, I'm thinking like, we're still going to be here next year. It was the end of the year banquet. We had just made semis with Foothill. So we're like, in my head, I'm like, we're going to stay here. And then the banquet ends. And then the head coach was like, I was saying bye to him. I was saying bye to everyone. And then he's like, David, come here. And then we were sitting down, we were talking, and I got offered the Ventura job. He's like, and I want you to come with me. So, but to me in that moment, like,
he said that at the banquet.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like after everyone had left, so it was just me and him. And in that moment, my heart dropped because I'm an alumni from Foothill. So to me, it's like, we're really going to leave. So it was like, it was a tough decision for me. He let me think about it. And then I was just thinking, and I was like, Ventura to me would be a good opportunity because it's like, you go against like the schools that everyone wants to go against. Oxnard, Pacifica, that's just some of them. And then you got all the teams from Santa Barbara. And in Foothill, you go against good teams, but compared to these guys,
smaller schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, it was kind of like a no-brainer, but at the same time, I really thought about it because it's my school that I went to.
What about being the head coach there at Foothill? Did that come up?
It did. But when they didn't fully offer it to me, they kind of like told me like they wanted me to apply as well. But they had said that like they were kind of looking for someone with a little bit more of experience because I was 3 years, and at the time I was 19.
Oh,
19
wow.
at the time. Yeah. So I was really young. Yeah. I'm 21 right now. 22, sorry. But yeah, I was really young at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. For a high school head coach.
Yeah.
It's not much of a difference.
No. Yeah. So
you made the transition.
Yeah.
And you've been happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, just like with Foothill, you don't have like your own facilities. All we really have is just like, you probably have like a gym, but it's tight. It's a small, they call it the black box. So it's just like a small gym with just like bikes, like 3 treadmills, and I think that's pretty much it. It's a lot of bikes and just like 2 or 3 treadmills, and that's all we have for sports. And then everything else, you have to go through Ventura College to get it. And over here, well, you have
a field.
You got everything.
Yeah.
Like if we want, we can use the pool, the basketball court if you want to play futsal or whatever. You get the field at any time. At Foothill, there was times where we had to practice 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So it was tough.
I have some players on Foothill right now.
Yeah.
I don't think you were overlapped with them.
No.
Because they're sophomores now.
No. Yeah, no. The last class I had, they're seniors right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a good experience. I mean, I can't complain about Ventura College's facilities, and they're top notch.
It's great to be at the college.
Yeah.
And they have the games there. The home games.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with any of those players that you left?
I had one that was on my club team.
Okay.
Yeah, one, and then last year, pretty much all of them. Yeah, we kept in touch, and like if they saw me, they'd say hi and all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big change.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are some some challenges that you see athletes face these days? Some soccer players.
I think it kind of goes back to like like playing time. If they don't play a lot, they get into their head a lot. Like, is this the right sport for me? Am I doing the right thing for me? And I think it really starts to affect them at some point. And social media, or like everything is just so easy to get to now. Social media, parties, I think, is a big one too. Like if they really want to do soccer, but then they like to party as well, they can't focus on just being able to play soccer.
Yeah,
So,
high school parties.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about they're that age already.
Yeah. Just.
So I hopefully most of the boys are showing it to practice and not skipping it for parties.
No, yeah. I think once season comes around, they know that, all right, let's just focus on what we committed to, because it's a commitment that they're making.
Yeah. Do you have like a strong 11?
Yeah. I actually think that even our bench is just solid all around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You don't really have like, there's not a moment where like I put a 7 and you're like, we're going to be
it's gonna
weak
drop
on
off.
that. Yeah. But I think we're
That's
stable
nice.
all around. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have that.
It can be scary sometimes
Yeah.
to put a sub in.
Yeah. But this year, thankfully, we don't have that problem. It's just the level's the same.
Yeah. I want to come watch you guys play.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know the schedule.
I think our next home game is Tuesday
Tuesday.
against San Marcos.
I'll have to see. I'm coaching at a middle school right now.
Or you coaching at middle school?
At in Calabasas. So Tuesdays and Thursdays I go down there. But I don't know if the school has started up again or if they'll be
Still on winter break.
still on winter break. So.
It's tough. You have to be able to manage that, and
Yeah, I mean I've been coaching club now for 5 years.
yeah.
So just back to back to back to back to back. But
And club's a lot of commitment too for coaches.
heck yeah.
Like I was telling you before, it was my first year coaching club, and it's just like it's a lot of commitment.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. Yeah, we did SoCal, and then we did the Oxnard Soccer League.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did both of those.
Is Oxnard in the summer or the winter?
Yeah, it was in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when we were like, I was barely starting that club off and trying to just get players over here.
And you guys did well?
Yeah, we did. So the Oxnard League, we did it under, it was called Ocho, Cero, Cinco. I don't know if you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was the coach of that one, and Angel Serrano was the one that sponsored us.
I remember that,
Yeah.
seeing those clips.
Yeah. So it was Ocho, Cero, Cinco in the Oxnard League. We won it the first time, and then the second time we came up short. And then after that, we had to start finding a club because, the club situation's like, you have to have insurance, you have to have this, you have to have that. And unfortunately, Angel was kind enough to like sponsor us, but then when it came to that, it's like we had just started. It's like, yeah. So I had to go out and find a club, and thankfully Oaks took us in, and we played MPL.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
We finished off third. It was good. Yeah.
So what age were those boys?
They were 08s, they were 08s, 07s, but I pretty much had only 08s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're juniors?
Seniors
They're
and juniors. Yeah, both.
Juniors.
Yeah. Yeah. Some from Pacifica, some from Del Sol, some from Oxnard, and then Ventura, Foothill, yeah. Santa Paula.
So is Ocho, Cero, Cinco no more?
I will come back for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back for the summer. And then come like SoCal and all that MPL, we'll go back to Oaks. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good experience. I mean, Angel's so big that, he posts it and like the DMs were coming in that like, where can we try out? Where can we try out? And thankfully, Angel gave me like the platform basically that he had, and a lot of kids were coming out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on here. Just haven't happened yet.
We'll
get
make
him
it
on.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to him too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guests coming this year. I'm excited about.
Yeah. And you guys are growing. I've seen it.
Yeah.
A lot of good. You have a lot of good people on here. Booba.
You know Booba?
Well, I played against him at Kate.
No kidding.
Freshman and sophomore year, or just freshman? No, freshman and sophomore.
Wow.
Yeah, man, when we would go up against him, everyone was just like, "You got to watch Booba," because that guy was yeah. In high school, he was the same player you see now. It was insane. He was crazy. Yeah.
Booba's cool. Booba's really fun.
Yeah. Booba, and then when I was I think I was a senior. When Manu, I don't know if you know Manu from Dunn, he got drafted number 1 overall to San Diego FC.
Oh, yeah, recently.
Yeah. So he was up at Dunn, and Foothill goes against Dunn, and he was on the team.
Wow.
Yeah. So Foothill goes against some crazy players. Yeah. But Booba and Manu were probably one of the top ones.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
2 pro players.
Yeah.
What about are any of your seniors gonna go play in college next year, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a couple that can definitely do it. So this year, I didn't really mention it to you, but I also helped out at OC when I was able to go with Ross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a couple players that I think would help out any community college. I mean, or even the four-year as well. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of good quality players at Ventura too. Yeah.
You think any would go, straight to like a bigger school?
Yes, but I think the generation now just lacks that, like, creating a highlight video, emailing coaches, just because, I don't know. I think a lot of players think that, like, if I'm good enough, they'll come watch me. But if you ask a lot of players, they're emailing coaches and they're reaching out and sending highlight videos.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you see that as a trend with some of the youth today, that they're not putting in that kind of work.
Yeah.
Not because they don't want to, but because they don't think they have to.
Yeah.
Really?
But yeah, I talk to a lot of players and I just feel like they don't do it. And luckily enough, they're good enough to where, like, they do get noticed and they get an offer. But I just feel like if you were to just do that little extra step of emailing or something, you'd have more offers. You wouldn't just be close to 2 or 3.
Is that, you think that's going to be part of the program? Maybe more of an emphasis on college application and college recruitment?
Yeah, I think in high school it's a little tougher to get the guys because, like I said, it goes back to, like, them thinking that they're not good enough because all the hype around right now is MLS Next, which is reasonable. There's a lot of good players on MLS Next.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I think there's high school players that can definitely play at the 4-year level.
So you think high school players are discouraged by the MLS Next players? Yes,
but sometimes it'll fuel them. Like, it'll be like, we want to show that, like, we can also play at the MLS or at the 4-year level from leaving from high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that shifted.
Yes. And it's unfortunate that you can't play high school and MLS Next. Ventura has 2 MLS Next players that can't play, and they're quality players. Both of them are just committed.
Are they for Fusion?
They're from Santa Barbara.
Oh,
so
Santa Barbara.
Nathan Reiner, that committed to UCSB, and everyone knows him as Chofas. Chofas that committed to Westmont. Yeah.
Chofas.
Yeah.
Should get him on.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
I was DMing with I can't think of his name right now. He's a football player. He's going to Oregon.
Oh, Tristan Phillips?
Yeah, Tristan.
Yeah. I think he graduated early. He left.
Yeah. He told me. I was like, he told me he was going to Oregon. And I was like, oh, I'll talk to you when you come back. It's like, oh, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm finished with high school. And I was surprised.
Yeah.
Because,
that's another thing that you don't see a lot like nowadays, like graduating early.
Yeah.
The kids that do it, it's just because they know what they want and they're gonna go get it. And it's impressive, and
it never even crossed my mind to graduate early.
I know, right? I know. I hear about it and I'm like, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But there's a couple that have done it. I think, if I'm not wrong, Nathan Reiner did it. So he's he's done too. But I mean, he's at UCSB, so it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the other person that did it? I had a guest on who told me they did the same thing. I don't remember who it was. Colby? I think a guy named Colby. I don't remember. He graduated early, and he actually went to the school in the winter. Like,
Oh wow!
winter. Yeah,
right
yeah.
away.
Yeah, like not even just to visit, but like to attend classes.
Oh wow! So he was really ahead of the game then. Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that.
I know.
You know,
You're leaving your high school early, and then you're a college student a month later, basically. Yeah.
crazy. It's such a different experience.
Yeah.
You know, you're hit with so much freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Let's talk about a little bit about your favorite soccer teams or soccer players. Who do you root for these days?
I mean, I don't have a favorite team. I kind of maybe like favorite league, like the Prem.
Yeah.
I like watching the Prem. That just the quality that's there all around. Players, I mean, I'll follow like Saka. I know Saka's one of the best players out right now. Yeah, Arsenal, and then I like. So I used to be a goalkeeper. So goalkeeper, I mean, I like Courtois. So him at Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just like to just overall just watch everything. You know, learn from it. I'm more like I like watching, and I like seeing like what they do, and like just being able to take everything in.
Do you think like you'd want to be a goalkeeper coach somewhere, or you want to be a head coach first?
I think probably head coach. I like the head coach. I like working like all the tactic stuff too. Like I like learning and watching and showing kids like where they should be at what times. I like that too.
Yeah.
But I also like the goalkeeping aspect too. Being able to like develop the goalkeepers that a lot of keepers lack, like coming out in the air now. If you see, yeah.
Or like catching the ball out of the air, you mean?
Yeah, like crosses and all that stuff. Yeah.
Like goalkeepers aren't as good today as they were?
They're good, but I think they're like, it's come to an emphasis so much that like a goalkeeper should play with his feet out of the back, that they kind of like forget about being able to catch a ball out of the air.
The basics.
Yeah.
The most important part.
Yeah.
Using your hands to stop the ball. Interesting.
Yeah.
How is your goalie at Ventura?
Good.
Yeah?
Both, I have two. So pretty much they'll split halves. I have Ezra and I have Santiago. So both of them are good. Santiago's really good with his feet, and Ezra's just an incredible shot stopper.
Yeah.
Both of them can do with their feet and shot stopping. Both of them have it, but one has a better quality, and then the other one has the quality that the other one has. It's just
interesting.
Yeah, but it's a good balance. It gives you something to work with and be able to see that they're developing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have they been the goalie all 4 years?
So for Santi has been there 3 years, so he's a junior, Santiago, and then Ezra came in barely last year, I believe. So last year was his first year as a playing. He's a junior. He's a senior now, but yeah, It was last year. Santiago was playing all the games, starting every game, and then he got injured. We put in Ezra against Oxnard, and he made it like he was keeping us in the game. It ended 2-1, but he made some saves that we turned around and we're like, damn, maybe the whole time we should have been splitting them half and half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. I've got 2 goalies right now, and I didn't do the best job of splitting them.
It's hard.
I'll do a better job next season.
It's hard because you want to win, and then you're just like, I want to give everyone playing time. It's a balance too that coaches, even I can say, we struggle with it because you turn around and you're like, I have like 3 or 4 players that I haven't played, and there's 10 minutes left. Yeah.
Do you find you sub less in high school? They can come in and out, right?
Yes, they can come in and out. I think it's about the same. Just because, like I said, I think the quality is all even this year. So it's a good rotation. No one gets tired, and you have the same level throughout the whole games. Like this in the tournament, we made it. We were doing really good, and we were missing 1, 2, like 4 starters, and it was people that were coming off the bench or people that would be on the bench usually going in and stepping up. So
They did a good job.
yeah. So then when the starters come back, it's like you might have to earn your starting position back again.
Yeah, that's something. I was talking to the football coaches at Pacifica,
Yeah.
and they're like all about empowering the subs to like try to get a starting spot,
Yeah.
because that really motivates the starters to keep working hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like he did the same job that you were doing
Yeah.
when you came off. So why shouldn't he be starting?
Yeah. It's a great question.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to the first question is, these players want to play.
yeah.
How do they get on the field?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We had a striker this season, Julian, who he would come off the bench, and then we played against Buena, who's like, and they're decent, they're an okay team, but he came in and we put him in, subbed him on, and scored 3 goals.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the following game after against DP, well, it's like he should be starting now because 3 goals. As even if you can say that the team is bad, whatever team you go in and score 3 goals because they're a bad team, but to score 3 goals, it's tough.
It's not easy to score.
And then against Dos Pueblos, I think he had also 2 or 3 goals. Yeah.
And he's a sub.
And he was a sub, but now he's a starter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now he's a starter.
Now he's a starter.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because you just got to be able to show the kids that if someone else is going to play better, we as coaches aren't going to have favorites and be like, no. Everyone, if we give you a chance and you show out and you show that you can be a starter, why not?
Why not? What are some things you've learned over the years about coaching, and how have you gotten better?
I think it's shown me like the other side, when like I was playing, and it shows me that the time that goes into it, how much the coaches actually have to think, like back to the same thing. Who do we start? Who do we play? How many minutes? The organization of practices, the time you have to spend as a coach, how you have to be there at least like half an hour early to set up your practice.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah. So, and then for the games, the time that you have to be there an hour early, and then at least an hour, even more as a coach, because you got to have everything set up. And then the drive to the games, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, especially if you have to travel far.
Yes. I had, for the club, we did a tournament in Las Vegas.
Oof.
Yeah. So I drove some of the kids, because it's far. We rented out a van, and then we got a hotel rooms over there and all that. It was a good experience. The kids love that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the kids love going out there.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing them happy and seeing them enjoy it, it's something that I love. So, and then we went down to, they had the MPL showcase down in Galloway Downs in Temecula.
Okay, in Temecula.
Yeah. So we went out there, and then you know how it is that they know, and then the hotel prices go up. So we had to go stay. We stayed in Oceanside because it was cheaper.
Interesting.
A lot cheaper.
Wow.
Yeah. But like I said, the kids loved it, and then went back to the hotel. It was like a three game showcase. So we had 1 game Saturday, 2 games Saturday. As soon as the second one was over, we went to the hotel. They changed. They played FIFA, and then we went downtown San Diego to go eat and all that stuff. And the kids, they like it. They like going out. They like going to the tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, that's what college soccer is like.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of travel.
Yeah.
So if they want to keep that experience going, they got to apply to those colleges.
Yeah. Yeah. They do. Yeah.
Get them started with that.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to leave us with? I mean, we've been chatting for a little bit now.
I mean, just for all the kids out there that want to play soccer at the next level, keep going. There's a lot of kids out here in our area, like Ventura County, that you see, and a lot of people, they're going places. Then just keep trying. There's a lot of people from Fusion, or there's a couple that committed to Division 1s, and you have people from Santa Barbara. So there's talent out here. And even if they don't see it, there's people that they'll recognize that they're talented.
I think what some people might not realize is Southern California soccer overall is way better than Nebraska or
Oh yeah.
I went to school in Missouri,
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the best places you can play soccer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, even going back to like when it was like when Premier was like the top level you can play at, when it was the ODP level and it was like ODP SoCal versus Washington, whatever, Southern California would kill every team.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. So it just goes to show that this is the best level you can play at.
It is. Yeah. Do you think you're gonna keep coaching?
Yeah.
Make a career out of this?
Hopefully. Yeah. I love it. I love. As soon as like I said, when I came out of high school, thankfully the head coach Lee Sanchez gave me the opportunity to coach at Foothill with him, and then after that, I just kept going, kept doing it with him.
Did you expect to coach? Were you planning on it?
I wasn't planning on it, but like it was. I kept going out. Right at like, so I graduated, and then the next season, like he was like, "Hey, like, do you want to come out and help me?" At that time, it was like pretty much strictly goalkeepers, and then after that, the next year, it was like, "All right, now help me with running a session." And there was some games where he wouldn't go, and it was like, "You're the head coach now."
Yeah.
So I loved it. I love all the players that I've had so far. I can't complain about any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Coaching's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And being able to see the kids develop, or like, I like from going to not a starter to a starter and being a great player.
What do you think is a key piece of player development?
I think it comes from the players having the confidence, and just when you're given a chance, just go out and show what you can do. Yeah, just be confident and just do what you know what to do. Don't overcomplicate anything.
Confidence is huge.
Yeah, if you have the confidence, I think you can pretty much do anything.
How do you give players confidence that may not be confident themselves?
I think as a coach, like maybe like if they make a mistake or if they're not having the best game, let them play it out and see how it goes. Because I think there's a couple coaches or like a few coaches that like if they make one mistake, it's like, all right, come out, like you're done. But I think that's what kills people's confidence. I think if I were to be a player and they did that to me, that would just ruin my whole. It would kill my love for the sport. So I think being able to like help them through the hump that they're having or that slump, it'll give them confidence.
Is that something you've learned from being an assistant?
Yeah. I think it's me, Victor, Luis, and Mario, and everyone kind of just we'll let them play. And if then we see that, they're just not having a good game, then we pull them out. But we explain to them, we don't just pull them out and like, you're playing terrible. Yeah. No, we explain like, what they're doing wrong. And if they want to go in and try it again, like give us a couple minutes and then you can go back in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, confidence can be fragile. Yeah. Especially in high schoolers.
Yeah.
Any special insights to high school playing versus club playing? You see a difference?
Yes and no. I think kind of just like the competitiveness is there, but I think for everyone, honestly, just like being able to play for your school just brings a little more joy to everyone. Like being able to I play for Ventura, or I play for Oxnard, I play for Pacifica. Just being able to represent your school, I think it just brings a little spark to them.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that, about what it means to represent your school.
I mean, it's just like you want to like do the best you can to represent your school. That it just like it's a little more of a motivation, as to like, for example, like when you're playing for your club, you're just playing for like this organization that has so many teams. You got like maybe 2 or 3 2008 teams, or 3 or 2 2009s, or whatever. As into high school, you're like, it's just Ventura, and it's just basically their varsity that's getting looked at. So I think that's just what everyone plays for, being able to play for varsity for Ventura or whatever school it may be.
Yeah, playing for the varsity.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a special experience.
Yeah, and a lot of kids, I think they debate it now too, like playing high school, like their senior year, because it's like, and I tell them like, a lot of kids like have, or a couple of kids have asked me like, what do you think? Should I play high school? And I'm more of like, if you want to like have a good experience playing your senior, like playing high school soccer is going to be the best experience you're going to get. The bus rides, I think everyone loves. That's the one thing you'll remember, the bus rides. My freshman year, we had a coach. I don't know if you know him, Andres. I can't remember his last name. He's German, but he was at Foothill, and he would make us. Every game we would come off of Victoria, right by Buena, when you hit like Vaughn's and you make the left to come to Foothill. As soon as we hit that, we would start singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," the Liverpool song. Yeah, so that kind of like just, and I don't know if they still do it now at Foothill, but when we were still there, my last year coaching, we would still do it. So it was kind of like a tradition that carried on. And we would just sing it. And then it was always like, as soon as we made the right by what is now Planet Fitness, we would say, it's the bus driver's birthday, and then sing happy birthday to the bus driver. So like the bus rides are something that you're always going to remember. And what's even like, what's fun is like in playoffs for CIF, you go far, like distance wise. And we had a game that was like, I want to say like 3 or 4 hours away. So we left that day like at 9 a.m, and we didn't get back till like 11:30 at night. And it was just that long bus ride on the yellow school buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work at a high school, and I had to get my bus certification.
Oh, no way.
So I was driving the bus, and it's awesome driving a bus.
Yeah.
But I do remember, the bus rides as a bus driver.
Yeah. They're one of the best things when you're playing high school sports. As much as you remember, like, oh, we won this and we did that, but the bus rides, I think they're the things that are going to stick with you. And like everything that just happens. Like this year, I got a game against Garden Grove down in like Anaheim, down the street from Disney. So I was like, you know what? Let's take the kids as our stop. We'll go to downtown Disney and we'll eat there.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went to downtown Disney. Luckily, we had a charter bus. We got chartered that day. So we had a charter bus, and we went downtown Disney.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the 2 days before, we went to a school called Geffen Academy in UCLA. So we played like in the UCLA practice field. Yeah. That's awesome. I always think like these are the things that the kids are going to remember. We played at UCLA, and then we ate at their food court after. So like the kids were just like not wandering off, but like, we're going to go here, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, those are the things the kids remember.
Yeah. All the activities and whatever they were doing. Yeah.
The time with their friends.
Yes.
Yeah. So important.
As much, like I said, as much as they're going to remember what they won and what they did, but that's what's going to stick with them.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
What message do you want to share with, your high school players, your future high school players, anyone looking to join the team next year? I
mean, I would say like just come out and try out. A lot of people they give up. I don't know, like they think that they're not good enough to go into the high school program. But I mean, go out, try out, have fun. I think a lot of the high schools, a lot of the coaches out here are pretty good for high school. I think this whole area is pretty fortunate to have the coaches that they have in high school. So you're going to have good coaches, good programs. There's a lot of talent out here in Ventura County that I think goes unnoticed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, David. Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, giving us a glimpse to Ventura soccer life.
And we'll get more people on here as well.
Yeah, and I'll come out to the games. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.